If you're like me, then you were a huge fan of The Darkness 2. The production value was incredibly high, and the story was deep and emotional, in addition to being ultra-violent. Behind the ripping people's spines out through their anus, there was also a heartfelt love story, acted beautifully by the voice actors. If you played through the game, you know that it ended on a cliffhanger, and those of us who played through it were really looking forward to some DLC to answer all of our questions. That, or a third game. Hint, hint. Well, it turns out the first option won't be happening, as 2K has denied funding for DLC for The Darkness 2. The game only sold just over 500,000 copies on all platforms, with a target of about 1 million. From a business standpoint, this makes perfect sense, but as a fan of the game, this makes me very sad. I really believe that even though it was short, it was one of the best single-player experiences of this year. Anyway, while I'm being sad in a corner, here's Joven with some news about Killer Instinct.
Time for Joven to get angry. Now, there's been a few times in our videos I've mentioned that Killer Instinct needed to come back, whether it be with a reboot or an HD re-release. Well, looks like back in September, Microsoft actually filed a request to renew the copyright for Killer Instinct. Well, that alone was fantastic news. This kinda hinted that Microsoft was interested in doing something with the title. So you may find yourself asking, hey Joven, so why are you so angry then? Well, as of yesterday, Microsoft was denied the copyright renewal. What? Apparently, they were denied because back in 2005, for one season, there was a TV show on Fox called Killer Instinct, and apparently, consumers could be confused by the two. How is that possible? If you're on XBLA, you're not gonna think the picture of full gore is gonna lead you to a failed TV show, so I call bullshit. I'm angry now. I don't get the Killer Instinct that I've been wanting and waiting and hoping for, so here's Lasercorn with something Sagnutty.
Uh-oh, Joven's angry, and you wouldn't like him when he's angry, because he makes a pouty face and sits in the corner. It's really annoying. Anyway, BioShock Infinite has been getting a lot of attention recently. Some of it good, some of it not so good. On the bad side, the game's box art was released recently, and apparently many fans are upset about what has been deemed a very unoriginal image. It's the male protagonist of the game doing a pretty generic pose. Some are saying it looks like the reverse of the original Uncharted box art. Fans took to the internet tweeting and posting on message boards suggesting that one of the iconic new enemies like Songbird be on the cover, or perhaps the female lead, Elizabeth. Me, I'm not too worried about the box art as long as the game plays well. And speaking of gameplay, a very short 7-second gameplay clip has made its way onto the web. And since it's only 7 seconds, we're gonna go ahead and play the whole darn thing for you.
Look, Candyman!
There you go, a very brief glimpse at BioShock Infinite. What do you think? Does it make you want the game more, less, or was it just too darn short to influence your opinion at all? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to keep it locked right here to Smosh Games.